Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the 2026 World Baseball Classic qualifiers. Today, it is going to be a feature matchup between China and Brazil. For China, it is pretty simple. It is win or go home. And even if they do win, then it could present a tie-breaking situation where they would be in, and then we'd have to see if they are going to be in the 2-3 game. For Brazil, on the other hand, they've got a win under their belt, and they also have a loss. If they are able to beat China, then they will definitely punch their ticket into a 2-3 matchup. However, it all depends on the outcome tonight between Germany and Colombia. Should the Germans upend Colombia, then it potentially puts Brazil, Colombia, and Germany into a three-way tie, where a tiebreaker would be needed to determine who would finish in first place. Well, we'll give you the starting lineups. First of all, China will be the visitors today, as they are looking to get on their first World Baseball Classic qualifying win. It'll be Tianyun Hu, who will lead it off and play second base. Batting second is the left fielder Wenbin Jing. In center field is Pei Liang. Playing third base and in the cleanup spot is Yun Liu. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is Jijai Chen. Batting in the sixth spot and in right field is Zhudong Zhu. Batting seventh at first base is Mingjin Zhang. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is Shuai Wang. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Kirei Wu. And they are going to be facing, for the Brazilians, it'll be Pedro de Costa Lemos, who takes to the mound for the Brazilians here today. Well, that's your starting lineup for China. Now the starting lineup for the home team from Brazil. Leading off in left field is number 10, Gabriel Gomes. Batting second and doing the designated hitting is number 6, Osvaldo Carvalho. Hitting third at third base is number 5, Leonardo Reginato. The cleanup spot and playing first base is number 77, Dante Bichette. Hitting fifth at second base is number 15, Lucas Rojo. Batting in the sixth spot is the right fielder, number 3, Gabriel Mascai. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is number 7, Gabriel De Carmo. Hitting eighth and playing shortstop is number 1, Victor Ito. And batting ninth in center field, number 3, is Gabriel Maciel. And they are going to be facing Jing Wang, who takes to the hill, as he will be facing the Brazilians here today. Just a couple of notable roster moves or roster changes, as it is Manny Ramirez's son who was in the ball game yesterday, Lucas Ramirez. He is not in the lineup today. Interesting, he had made a slide yesterday into second base and looked like he was pawing at his hamstring. So I wonder if that will be something that's the reason it's keeping him out of the lineup. And maybe they give him a couple of days to be able to get himself a little bit of rest if they do have to play again on the Thursday. And so that is one notable observation. The other one is that the Chinese have made a number of changes since their opening game. They do have a few players that are still in, as who the top of the order is still part of it. Chen, the DH, has moved up in the order. And so they have made some roster changes. But the one notable one is Mingjin Zhang, who will be playing first base today. They list him as a pitcher on the roster, and yet he is getting an opportunity to start at first base. So we'll keep an eye and see if they have any tricks up their sleeve if he ends up on the mound at some point here in this game. Well, those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for checking in with us today on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. It'll be Brazil, China in just a few. When we return, we'll be right back after this. From our friend, Eric Fox.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. Pedro de Costa Lemos is on the hill. He had pitched for the Seattle Mariners organization this past year with the Modesto Nuts. So he is going to be getting on the hill here to face the Chinese. The 21-year-old has just completed his warm-up tosses We are about ready to get this one underway. Coming to bat here for the Chinese in this one, it'll be Hu, Jing, and Liang will be the top three in the batting order to face the right-hander Lemos as we are about ready to get this one underway. Another beautiful day in Tucson, not a cloud in the sky, high skies, blue skies, and certainly the Chinese are hopefully, or their end of things, trying to punch a win on the board here. If they could do that, it just makes it all the more interesting. If Brazil is able to win today, then obviously the Chinese are eliminated and they would be going home winless from the tournament. So China in their gray pants and they have their red tops. As we said, the dragon is part of the sea, a very unique looking uniform when we saw him the other day. And it'll be Tianyun Hu who will come up to lead it off. He is 25 years old, 5'9", left-handed hitting second baseman, ready to face the first pitch here from the right-hander Lemos. And the right-hander ready to go as we are underway. He kicks and delivers. The first pitch is a fastball at 89 miles an hour outside for ball one. Count is 1-0. China dropped a decision last night against the Colombians in an 8-1 loss. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that just misses a bit down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. For the umpires for today's game, as the right-hander delivers again, there's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. It is Wilfredo Montoya is behind the plate. Harley Acosta is at first. Tanner Moore is at second, and Trevor Daniger is the umpire at third base. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. Count now goes to 3-1 on Hu. Temperature at game time, 57 degrees, so a little bit on the cool side. You see a lot of the players in their sleeves, but the sun is high as the right-hander delivers, and it is a fastball that misses inside, and just like that, China's got their leadoff man aboard here in the inning. A leadoff walk to Hu, and that is going to bring up Wenbin Jing. Well, for Jing, he strides to the plate, ready to come here is to face the right-hander Lemos. He gets himself set in, batting from the right side. As Lemos ready to go here, as he kicks and delivers, there's a ball that's butted down the third baseline. It's a good one. It's fielded by the third baseman, Reginato, who throws to first, and they're able to retire Jing. That's going to be a sacrifice bunt. It's going to go in the books, 5-3 on the putout. Advancing to second is Hu. And that's going to bring Pei Liang to the plate. So right away, the Chinese have a runner in scoring position with one gone, and Liang coming to the dish. Liang, the 26-year-old, 5'10", getting the start in center field, batting from the right side here against Lemos. And the first pitch on the way is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. One thing we noted in the game that we saw in the opener against the Germans is that they are fast and athletic, but the Chinese are on the smallish side. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. We're talking about the positional players and just lack of physicality. They only have 3 players that stand 6 foot or taller. Most of the players are under 6 foot. It does make a difference. Although in tournaments where they're in a short sprint, teams can get by in short sprint tournaments, sometimes with smaller physical lineups as a fastball misses upstairs. The big thing is recovery. That is one. Sometimes the bigger, stronger players or bigger players can recover a little bit quicker. And over a long, drawn-out season, that has a tendency to play itself out. As the pitch is a fastball that misses outside, it's now 3-1 to Liang. But obviously in this situation here, where it is a sprint of 4 games potentially over a 5-day window, you don't necessarily have to worry about that so much. As the right-hander works to the set, here comes the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. That brings the right-handed hitting Liang back to the plate. He started to make his way down the first baseline. Runs the count full now. So Lemos ready to go again as he works set, kicks and delivers. Fastball misses outside. And that is going to be ball 4 as Liang has got himself a walk. And that's going to put runners at first and second with one gone. And now that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yun Liu. And it's also going to bring the catcher, DeCarmo, out to the mound as he's going to have a quick word with his young right-hander. So Yun Liu coming to the plate. So for Liu, he is 1 for 3 in the tournament. And he has himself an RBI as well to go with that one knock that he has. Batting from the right side, the 28-year-old. Waiting on the pitch here from right-hander Lemos, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. It's fouled right into the feet of the hitter. Count is quickly 0-1 to Liu. So no balls and 1 strike. Here in the top of the first inning, it is China and Brazil in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. It is live commentary on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody who does pop in. And whether you stay or whether you go, we're glad you could pop in with us just the same. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 0-2 on Liu. Liu waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander. Lemos gets the sign from his catcher. He works set again, checks the runner at second, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on. This one is lifted. It is going to be lifted foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes to Liu. Interesting defensive alignment. They've got the third baseman, Reginado, right almost on the foul line. And the shortstop is jockeying with the runner at second base to try to keep him close. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow right field. Coming hard on it and sliding and make the catch is the right fielder, as he had called off the second baseman, Rojo. So Muskai able to come in to make the grab. Had to come a long way to get it, but Liu unable to bleed that one down. He is going to be gone for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up Chijai Chen. And for Chen in the tournament, he is 1 for 7. Nothing across the slash line. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball that's swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. 89 seems to be where the starter Lemos has nestled in on. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander working himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, another one swung on and another one fouled away. 90 is where he dialed that one up to. I wonder, too, if as the temperatures would get warmer, being it's 57 degrees, sitting at 89 and 90, would he add 2 or 3 more miles to the fastball when it gets hot and humid? Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 19 pitches in the inning here for the Brazilian right-hander. Waiting on deck is Zhudong Zhu. And the righty delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, another one lifted foul down the right field line. Defensively for the Brazilians today, Gabriel Gomes is in left. The center fielder is Gabriel Maciel, and in right field it is Gabriel Mascai. So an outfield of Gabriels. Round the horn from first to third. Bichette at first, Rojo at second. Shortstop is Ito, and the third baseman Reginado. The battery of Lemos and Gomes. And there is a fastball that is swung through and missed, and that is going to do it for Chen. He's going to be retired for the third out of the inning. And China, they threaten, but they don't score. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, but there was 2 runners left aboard. We are through a half inning in Tucson. Your score is China 0, Brazil coming to bat. Sticking around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you for jumping in with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the first inning, and the crowd for this one here a little bit bigger than what we witnessed on opening the first game when it was Brazil versus Germany. So it looks like there's a larger crowd that is soaking up the sun and enjoying their time here in Tucson to see the qualifying game for China and Brazil. Yesterday, Brazil knocked off the Germans 8-7. It was a bit of a seesaw affair. The Brazilians really had the bats in the freezer for the first 3 innings against Tommy Sommer. And it was a couple of crooked numbers in innings, and they went on to a 8-7 victory to beat the Germans. First pitch delivered to Gomes is a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. It is Jing Wang on the hill, a left-hander for the Chinese. As the pitch delivered, it is a fastball that just misses outside, and the count is now quickly 2-0. I would have to think that the pitching will be the difference in this one here, how the teams will be able to manage themselves. If they can produce on the mound, there's a good chance they will produce a victory, and that fastball misses outside. It's now 3-0. So in the top of the first, base runners were all on walks by the starter Lemos, but he was able to wiggle himself out of that jam. But walks can kill you. You got to keep those down, and the errors as well, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Counts 3-1 to Gomes. Gomes getting the start in the leadoff spot here. 143 average, as we said, 1 for 7 in the tournament. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses upstairs, and he is aboard with a leadoff walk here to get things going in inning number 1. That's going to bring up the designated hitter in Osvaldo Carvalho. So Carvalho really making his first appearance here in the tournament. This will be his first at bat. As we mentioned, it was Lucas Ramirez not getting the start here today. And we were wondering yesterday if it was maybe a hamstring issue, as there's a breaking ball that misses up and into Carvalho. The count is 1-0. But Carvalho getting his opportunity here to be able to shine for his country. Pitch on the way, breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count now goes even to 1-1. Batting from the left side, Carvalho waggles the bat in the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding second and heading to third is the runner Gomes, and he slides in safely. So he goes first to third. And with a base hit single here, off the bat of Osvaldo Carvalho, the Brazilians right away have something brewing here in their bottom half of the first inning, as they've got runners at the corners. And that is going to bring up Dante Bichette to the plate. And just for those of you who are tuning in, not the Dante Bichette, it happens to be his son, of course, of the same name, brother to Bo Bichette. And the heritage, of course, would be the mother is Brazilian background. And hence why they're able to play here for Brazil. So stepping up to the plate here. Actually, this is Reginato first. It'll be Bichette who's on deck. So Leonardo Reginato stepping in. The first pitch to him is a fastball that swung through and missed. Count is 0-1. Reginato is 3 for 7 in the tournament. He's been the most productive. We said the other day that he had played in the Mexican League in the past season. So he is not a piker by any means. Has some pedigree. You can see that in his play. There's a pitch that misses down and away. The count is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, we welcome everybody to the stream. Our friend Gracie Lynn in the house today. As the pitch is a fastball that misses up and away. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say that Reginato didn't go, and the count is 2-1. She says, hoping Brazil and Colombia win today. Well, Brazil wins today, and if Colombia wins today, then it'll be a Brazil-Germany matchup on Thursday. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded past the diving glove of the shortstop into left field. And that is going to get a run in. And rounding second and heading to third, going to first to third, is Carvalho. And so Reginato's got himself a single and an RBI. Carvalho goes from first to third, and Gomes scores the first run. Now, I have to say this. The ball was a base hit through the 6-hole. Some pretty aggressive running by Carvalho as everything was in front of him, challenging the arm of the left fielder. That play there should have been closed off and should have been kept with the runner at first and second. And we're watching Carvalho as he runs. He was making no mistake about it. They were wanting to challenge that arm of the left fielder all the way. First pitch fastball to Dante Bichette misses upstairs for a ball. Count is 1-0. So 1-0 here already for Brazil as they've drawn first blood. 32-year-old Bichette waiting here on the offering from the lefty. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. If Brazil and Germany, there would have to be a tiebreaker if there happens to be, if the Germans end up winning today, and if Brazil wins today, then there'd be a 3-way tiebreaker, but not sure who it would end up being on Thursday, as our friend Gracie Lynn asked the question. They have to go to a tie-breaking scenario as that fastball misses up, and now we're going to have a conference on the mound as it's 3 balls and no strikes. The young pitcher here having his struggles. Falling behind in the count, recipe for disaster. Right now, the pitcher has thrown 15 pitches, but only 5 strikes. The Chinese already have a right-hander up in the bullpen. So they get into the tie-breaking scenarios, and I believe it's offensive runs scored, and then it's the number of innings that you've had to play, and they got a pile of different scenarios. If then, in case some of the teams would be tied in that type of scenario as well. So runners at the corners. Bichette heading the count at 3-0 here. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses way upstairs. That's going to be ball 4, and Bichette's got himself a walk. That's going to load the bases as the Brazilians now have runners for second and third, and that is going to bring Lucas Araujo to the plate. So the Chinese here have to put up some fight here. So they've got to throw some strikes. Here comes the pitch. And Rojo swings at the first pitch he sees and pops it foul into the seats. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Rojo. Rojo made some really nice plays defensively yesterday at second base. We said he's not a big guy. He only stands at 5'6". Fastball misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-1. He made a couple plays diving to his right to save balls from getting up the middle, and showed that he had some pretty good range. Rojo waggling the bat. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field for a base hit. That's going to get at least 1 run in. Rounding second and heading home. Check that. Actually, there they've thrown on the brakes for Reginato, so that's going to keep the bases loaded. So Rojo is going to get himself an RBI single. Carvalho is going to score the second run of the inning as he comes across. Stopping at third is Reginato. Then we thought he was going to challenge that arm of the left fielder. It looked like they waved around, but it was a late break by the third base coach. Kept him there, and that keeps the bases loaded. That's going to bring Gabriel Mascai to the plate. Mascai in the tournament 0 for 6. He's looking for his first knock. Lefty-lefty matchup here. as he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count goes to 1-0. Well, at this rate here, it could be an early run rule difference. They do have the mercy rules in effect. It's 10 through 7 or 15 through 5, depending upon where it is. That's the run spread. As there's a fastball swung on and missed, the count goes even at 1-1. Development of Chinese baseball. Well, going to have to get back to the drawing table as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down. It's now 2-1 to Muskai. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lefty getting his sign from his catcher Wong, and here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Muskai. Bases full of Brazilians. Runner at third, Reginato. Runner at second, Bichette. Runner at first is Rojo. As the lefty holds to the set, here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains, or is now at 3-2 to Muskai. So Brazil gets a chance here to really blow this thing apart in the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Muskai. And one would have to think that if he can't retire this pitcher here, we're probably going to be looking at a pitching change coming up. There's a fastball that misses down and in. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to be the 3rd walk issued here in the inning by Wong. That's going to be an RBI for Muskai. It's going to plate Reginato. That's the 3rd run of the inning. As Reginato comes across, Bichette advances himself to 3rd. Rojo advances himself to 2nd. And that looks like it is the end of the day for the young starter Wong. His day is over. And so it'll be Gabriel Del Carmo to come to bat, but he's going to be facing a new pitcher, and we'll be back in just a couple moments because it is already a 3-0 lead here for Brazil in the bottom of the first inning. But you never know. Sometimes teams, they break out early and then their bats go silent. We'll have to wait and see on this one. Hang tight, everybody. I'll give you our friend Steve Rademacher, and he'll keep you entertained throughout this ballgame.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. It is going to be Gabriel Del Carmo to come to bat, and the pitching change that is being made by Team China. It is going to be Zudai Su, who is coming in to replace Jiang Wang here in the first inning. So a very quick pitching change, as Su will be coming in. I say Su, it's spelled S-U-O. It might be So as opposed to Sue, but we'll see how he fares here in just a couple moments. We did see him in earlier action in the Classic, as we did see China play Germany in one of the earlier games, and Sue, who is taking over on the hill here, as we mentioned before, with him on the hill, pitched an inning in the 3rd. He allowed a hit, 2 runs, 1 was earned, hit a batter, walked 3, and struck out none. So he is the 22-year-old coming in, the 5'11" right-hander, ready to go as he kicks and delivers. The first pitch is a fastball that is up above the head of Del Carmo, and the count is quickly 1-0. So at this rate here, this may be a quick sprint game of 5 innings if the Brazilians can continue to swing the sticks here. There's a fastball swung through and missed. Count is 1-1. Right now, with the bases loaded, you'd have to think with nobody out that they got to be able to punch a couple more runs across. I think at this point, the Brazilians would be disappointed if they couldn't stick 5 on the board here in the first. With this particular situation, there's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count now goes to 2-1. Got a chance. I was watching a little bit last night. Didn't stand for a whole lot, but I caught a little bit of the game between the Swallows and the Hawks last night from Fukuoka. as we're getting ready for our season in the NPB, as there's a breaking ball that misses inside. It's now 3-1 to DeCarmo. We'll be getting ready to give some Japanese action and some exhibition Japanese action in the next little bit. Here comes the 3-1 pitch as So delivers. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner, as DeCarmo thought he was going to get ball 4, but that's going to bring him back. And I have to say that looked like a pretty good pitch. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander is so ready to go again. 3-0 Brazil here as he works himself to the set. He checks the runners, and here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on. This is looped into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And that is going to be a single for DeCarmo, and he's going to advance to second on the throw. So he's got himself a single. He's got himself a pair of RBIs. Stopping at third is Mascai, as both Bichette and Rojo come around to score. And it is now 5-0 for Brazil here in the first inning. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Victor Ito. So I guess at this time of the day, already here, we're going to have to start telling some stories. We're going to have to start breaking it down. And our friend Gracie Lynn is going to have to give us a lot of questions, because this looks like it's going to be a runaway here for the Brazilians. 5-0 early lead here in the first inning. And there's no sign of it stopping. Here comes Ito to the plate. He's 1 for 7 in the tournament. And he pitches a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. He bats from the left side here against the right-handed throwing So. And he pitches another fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-0. So I say fastball. It was 82 miles an hour, so I'm not sure exactly what that might entail. It could be a fastball, could be his changeup. Gracie Lynn said, didn't China lose something like 21-2 at the Classic against Japan or Korea? I know there was a big run spread a few years ago. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 3-0. I'm sure that both the Japanese and the Koreans didn't shed a tear over that one. So 3 balls and no strikes. As the right-hander ready to deliver, breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count's 3-1 to Ito. That pitch looked like it was a bit on the outside corner, but maybe the umpire has started to expand the zone a little bit here. This game here looks like it's a runaway early pitch to Ito. Fastball, the other one taken on the outside corner, and that's going to run the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brazilian team with a win here today would comfortably move along. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and tipped into the bit of the catcher, and that is going to retire Ito. He goes down on strikes. He's the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Gabriel Maciel. Well, Maciel looking for his first of the tournament. He's 0 for 6 as he swings through a breaking ball, and the count is quickly 0-1. And our good friend Alex is in the house here. He made it in for some afternoon baseball as we got China and Brazil here as the breaking ball is taken for a called strike. And I've got the quick count now up to 0-2 here. Scoreboard operator looks like they may be a little bit behind. So Maciel here behind in the count. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, popped up into shallow left center field. The wind is taking it, bringing it in, tagging at third, and challenging the arm of the center fielder from China is the runner at third. And it looks like Mascai is going to be able to get in as the ball floated up the third baseline. And so they have extended their lead to 6-0 here in the first inning. So Mascai is going to score. Sacrifice fly for Maciel. Sacrifice to 8. He gets an RBI. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And now it's going to bring up the top of the order in Gabriel Gomes. Alex says, long time no see. Yeah, good to get a game in. And this is being a night owl. Well, yeah, when you're on the coast over here, you get the opportunity to be a late night owl. You get to see some of the international games, which is kind of cool. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Gomes. Gomes walked and scored a run his first time up here in the inning. 6-0 for the Brazilians as they have the comfortable lead over China here in early action. Yeah, the pitch on the way is a fastball missing upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. Chinese development of baseball. Well, a friend of mine was telling me that Jim Lefevre, the former San Diego Padre manager years ago, he was over in China doing some baseball development. Breaking ball swung on, hammered down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble, and it's just going to hook foul as it bounces down and then into the tunnel down the left field line. So that runs the count to 1-2 on Gomes. So right now it is looking like controlled batting practice. Chinese have 2 left-handers up in the bullpen throwing. As the 1-2 pitch is ready to come. It's on its way. It's a fastball swung on. Popped up foul over on the first base side. It's playable. Camping out underneath it is the first baseman, Zhang. He's there to make the catch, and that is going to do it. As Gomes is going to be retired for the third out of the inning, but there's been damage in the inning and lots of it here for the Brazilians. They had 6 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 4 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are through 1 complete inning. Your score is Brazil 6, China no score. Stick around, everybody. Got all kinds of stories coming for you here, I'm sure, in this one, as it is a ball game that is already 6-bagel for the Brazilians. We'll be back in just a few after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the second inning, and coming to bat for China will be Zhu, Zhang, and Wang. So Zhu, Zhang, and Wang as the starter. Lemos has got himself a healthy 6-run lead to play with here. So that is where we stand. Zhu is coming to bat here. We're just getting some of our homework done a little bit on the later side today. Zhu is 0 for 2. He does have a couple of walks in the tournament. And so lots of offers, not many hits for the Chinese throughout their lineup. There's a fastball swung on the first pitch, lifted into shallow left field, moving over underneath it, and there to make the catch is Gomes. With 1 pitch, we got 1 away here in the second inning, and that's going to bring up first baseman Ming-Jing Zhang. And as we mentioned, Zhang is listed as a pitcher, but he's getting the start at first base here today. So he had to do a little bit of looking and searching here. So he's at the plate, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. He bats from the right side, 23-year-old. 5'11", 187 pounds. There is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 0-2. So far, we haven't seen what his swing looks like, but we've seen him take a couple of pitches. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2 on Zhang. Zhang to be followed by the catcher Wang and the shortstop Wu. Right-hander Lemos delivers. It's a fastball that misses up around the eyeballs. And that runs the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said, a fairly healthy crowd in Tucson today. Much better than the opening game crowd, at least. There's a fastball swung on, a lifted foul into the seats on the first base side. So that is where we stand there. Oh for 2 for Wu as he swings at the pitch and grounds it over to short as he breaks the bat, does Zhang. And that's going to go in the books as a ground out 6-3. I'm just taking a look at some of our other numbers. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And it's going to leave up Shui Wang to come to the plate. So 2 gone here. And when I look at this game here and I look at the players, sometimes you can see guys right off the bat and you say, hey, this guy looks like a prospect. This guy might look like a player. You know, how they play, how they move, how they run. I look up and down the Chinese lineup and I say, I don't see anything here offensively that would get you excited about somebody to be able to come and play in North America at a top level of professional ball. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1, and some of that has to do with the physical strength, the arms. You know, see it in the outfield, how the outfield play is. So the arms, you got to challenge the arms of the outfielders. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. As we said before, the running speed looks like they can move pretty good, the Chinese. But you don't have the arm strength even in the infield of guys who can throw. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 2-1. Saw that with the Germans. You get ground balls into the 6-hole, and Schmidt could go after it and get the ball. But was he always able to make the play? He certainly didn't have a plus arm from the shortstop position. As the 2-1 is on the way, it's a fastball swung through and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. And then, as I say, you watch some of the teams. When you look at yesterday where we saw a Donald Lutz in the lineup, a former big leaguer for the Germans. And then you got the 20-year-old out in right field having all kinds of struggles in Walter. There's a fastball that misses down and away. Count is 3-2. It just goes to show you I call it either A, the lack of depth, or just quite the spread in talent between one player to another, even on the same team. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled straight back. Wang was right on time, but that's going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wang waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from Pedro de Castellemos. So here comes the offering from the right-hander. And it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, and it's going to get over the head of the right fielder, and it's going to go all the way to the wall in the corner. And that is going to be extra bases. Rounding second and heading to third is Wang. Here's the throw, and it's not going to be in time, and he's got himself a 2-out triple. That's the first hit here for China, as that is going to put him at third with 2 gone. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Wu. Well, that right there in a nutshell is what we need to see a little bit more of when you think of China in terms of their offensive, I would say, prowess or maybe lack of prowess. In the tournament so far, that would be their first extra base hit. Everything that they've had in the tournament so far has been singles. And so the defense for the Brazilians, they've been playing very shallow. They've not been very deep. They've been taking away all of the flares and taking away all the stuff. And so that one there just happened to get over the head of the right fielder and all the way down the line. That was because of the depth of their positioning. And I understand the depth and why they would do that. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike by Wu. Count 0-1. Wu's 0 for 2. But looks like we have a balk here called. So we're going to take that pitch off the board, and it is going to bring home the runner Wang. But before that happens, the third base umpire, looks like maybe he was the one who had called it. He's going to be talking to the pitching coach of the Brazilians. Let's see if we can see it again here. And what it looks like to me is possibly, and I don't know if that was the case or not, looked like he was throwing from the windup. And I guess you're supposed to declare with that runner at third base if you're going for the windup or from the stretch. And the pitcher went from the windup and they balked him home. He had that little step back there. So that's going to bring home Wong with the balk, and that's going to put China on the board with the first run. We take that pitch off the board. So here comes the first pitch now to Wu, and he swings at it and fouls that one away. The count is 0-1. Interesting that the third base umpire had called the balk, and why it wasn't declared by the home plate umpire, I don't know. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball down in the dirt, and the count goes even at 1-1. Pretty standard step back. Our friend Killa is in the house here. He says 6 runs already by Brazil. Yes, indeed. He says China needs to start chipping away at that deficit. Yeah, if they want to stay in this tournament. There's a fastball that swung through and missed. The count goes to 1-2. Alex said, if you ask me who would win at baseball, a team from a country that hates the two countries who mainly play it and actively suppress it, and the people who made Rio a city, you'd be at a loss. As we have, I'm not sure what's going on here with the umpiring crew again. Should be 1 ball and 2 strikes. It looked like the third base umpire had made a mistake, thought it was 1-1. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 after that balk call. 6-1 it is here for Brazil in the top of the second inning. China has broken the ice. Lots of fireworks early as the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes full to Wu. I would think that Lemos here today would probably be stretched out a little bit. I don't know if he would go with the full 85 as the right-hander kicks and fires. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Wu stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 3, and that is going to do it here for China in their half of the inning. Well, they got a run back in the inning, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is Brazil 6 and China 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few and continue to chat with the chat. We'll give you a little preview of what we're going to be dropping during the NPB season in between our innings right now. Welcome back, everybody. Just to mention, we haven't posted it up yet. We will be doing it in our future casts. We have started a Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, NPB Japan Baseball Report. Go over and join it. We've just been posting up some photos and some pictures and casually letting people know that we are going to be a little bit more active on that. So the Facebook group, and that will hopefully keep everybody connected. If you're on Facebook, jump in and be able to join the group as well. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat here for the Brazilians, as they had sent 10 hit batters to the plate in the first inning. It'll be Carvalho, Reginato, and Bichette to come to bat here. So that would be NPB Japan Baseball Report, by the way. I'll put that in the front. Friend Killenwes says, just bringing nations together in a competitive fashion for the World Baseball Classic is a great thing. Yeah, absolutely. Especially right now in our world where there are some tensions from leaders, not from people, as the pitch is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. It is good to see that people can get together and play some sports. Our friend Gracie Lynn says, not saying much, but listening in the background while she gets stuff done. That's how I usually work it. As that breaking ball misses upstairs to Carvalho, and the count goes even at 1-1. Got the ball game on the radio or the ball game in the background streaming and listening in to hear what's going on in the game and checking in when possible. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. Count is 2-1. Grace Lynn says, just has YouTube, Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. I'm not sure what Telegram is. I know everything else. Fastball swung on and fouled away. We do have a Discord, but we don't do anything really with it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe I'll get Gracie Lynn to manage our Discord for us and keep everybody in. I'm not a big fan of the Discord platform. I think that's the big thing. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called third strike. And Carvalho has gone on strikes for the first out of the inning. Killa says he's in a waiting room listening to our call. That's great. Hopefully not a waiting room for a doctor's office, but waiting room anywhere could be anywhere. Carvalho in the books for the first out. That brings up Reginato to the plate. He is 1 for 1 today. He's got a single and an RBI. As the right-hander so delivers a fastball that misses upstairs, the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Reginato in the tournament, 4 for 8 for the Brazilians. He's got himself 3 runs driven in. 34-year-old has been very productive. Fastball swung on it, has popped up in the infield. It's playable. It's in foul territory. Coming in underneath it and having a little bit of a struggle with it, but finally making the catch is Zhang, as he is going to put that one away for the second out of the inning. As we make our notes here. So Zhang there had to battle it. We have noticed in Tucson that there is wind. You know, in the high skies and a little bit of wind, blustery wind blowing it around. First pitch fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Bichette. Bichette walked and scored a run his first time up. He is 1 for 8 in the tournament. As the pitch on the way is a fastball outside. They appeal over to the first base umpire. And they say he didn't go, and it's going to run the count to 1-1. I'm not so sure about that. He waved wildly at that pitch. They believe he had held up. So here's the 1-1. Right-hander delivers fastball that just misses, and the count goes to 2-1 on Bichette. Nothing like some afternoon baseball. And we're going to try to do a few more Major League games this year as well, so hopefully you can pop in for those. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. Do the night owl stuff with the Japanese and the daytime stuff with some MLB stuff, certainly through the months of April, May, and June. Should be able to get a lot done. We get into July and August, it becomes a bit of a more of a challenge. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count's full to Bichette. And we also mentioned this year, it's no Japan this year. We've been in Japan the last couple of years, but we're going to get to Taiwan this year. Hopefully be able to catch some games in Taiwan and take in some of that flavor as well in the Chinese Professional League. There's a ground ball hit to short, fielded by the shortstop, Wu, and he throws it away. It gets all the way off the fence. Nice job there by the catcher to back up the play, as the catcher Wong had got himself down the line. And so Bichette is going to reach on the error by the shortstop. So if it's not a bunch of walks, we've got errors here that are hurting the Chinese. That should have been a 1-2-3 inning right there, being able to throw and catch. The first baseman pretty much almost had to do the splits to have to get that. Not able to knock it down or keep it in front. So runner at first with 2 gone, and Lucas Rojo steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored today. The first pitch fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Killa says, if Brazil advances, I wonder if Bo Bichette would join the team. That would be an interesting question for sure. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball's belted into left field, and it's going to get down the left field line all the way to the wall. Going into the corner to field it is the left fielder, Xing, and it is going to be a double there for Rojo. Stopping at third is Bichette. So Bichette not necessarily showing the wheels. I think that ball, with it going all the way to the wall with 2 out, you would have thought that maybe you'd been able to get all the way around to score. Good job there by the left fielder, Xing, to get to the ball and to get it in quick. Bichette looks like he was laboring out of the box, so maybe he does run like his brother. But that's the second hit of the game for Rojo. It's a double. They got runners at second and third, and now it's going to bring Gabriel Mascai to the plate. And for him, he walked and drove a run in the first time. He also scored a run. So here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Looking for his first hit in the tournament. As the left-handed hitting Maskai, as the right-hander works to the set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball taken for a call strike, or maybe that was a change piece. As I say, sometimes with the velocities of some of the pitchers, hard to tell if it's a changeup or a fastball. Not the level of play that we would expect, that we would see in the NPB or in the MLB, as a fastball misses up and away and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It all got going here with the error by the shortstop, as Brazil is threatening to put some more on the board. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, lifted in straightaway center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. The center fielder charging Liang gets it. He fires it in, and that's going to cash in a pair of runs as both Bichette and Rojo cross the plate, and Brazil has extended their lead to 8-1 on the RBI 2-run single here off the bat of Maskai. And that'll bring up the catcher, Gabriel DeCarmo. And all of this coming with the error by the shortstop with 2 out. If he just makes the routine play, China is out of the inning, back in the dugout, back on the sticks. But when you have to make 4 and 5 outs in an inning to get 3, it'll just absolutely kill you. And there's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0 to DeCarmo. DeCarmo batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Sue, who delivers a fastball that's swung on. It is popped up, foul on the third base side. Giving chases the catcher as he slides as he gets towards the fence, but he's not going to be able to make the play. Wong did a pretty good job of getting over. It was more toward the Brazilian dugout. That is going to land foul. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Runner at first is Maskai. There's 2 gone here in the inning. DeCarmo batting with a 1-1 count. Gracie Lynch says, I thought Brazil would win. I didn't think it would be this bad this early. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. Yeah, as I said before, so Gracie Lynn and I had this conversation over the last couple of days about having other teams potentially be able to qualify and so on and so forth. And where do you draw the line? There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 2-2. And how many teams automatically qualify? How many should have to qualify? As right now, there's basically 16 countries that get an automatic berth, and then 4 countries that will have to qualify to get back into the tournament, which gives you 20 teams that play in the tournament all round. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 2-2 to DeCarmo. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitting DeCarmo, waggling the bat. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tapped foul down the third base line. The count remains at 2-2. A couple advantages could be here, but, as I said, it's 15 runs through 5. So really the Brazilians have to put up 8 more runs here to have this shortened through 5 innings. They had 1 run that the Chinese put on. It just makes that number to 15 a little bit more difficult. There's a line drive hit right back to the pitcher, snagged by Sue, and that is going to do it, and that is going to end the inning here for the Brazilians. But they take advantage of the error by the Chinese and are able to score a couple of runs in the inning, as everything comes with 2 outs. There was 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 3rd inning. Your score is Brazil 8, China 1. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the third inning and the top of the batting order to come to bat for China. It'll be Hu Jing and Liang to face the right-hander Lemos, who is coming on for his third inning of work. We were talking a little bit earlier. There'll be another Japan baseball report that will drop a late night tonight. So if you are on YouTube or anywhere you get your podcast, we've got them up everywhere now. We've got them on Apple. We've got it on Amazon Music. You name it. It's there. Check it out when you get a chance. Hopefully you guys like it, enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions and we can add that to the mix as well. I know our friend Gracie Lynn always asking questions, but that would be a great time to be able to do that as we can add that into the mix. So it is the top of inning number 3 as the right-hander ready to go. Who steps in here? And the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is quickly 1-0 to Who walked his first time up. He was stranded at second base as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Lemos. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball taken for a called strike. Who in the tournament, he is 3 for 8. He has been able to get on base quite a bit. There's a fastball swung on it, is lifted foul. It slices into the seats. And on top of that, he's also drawn the walk. So 4 out of 9 times able to get on base. Again, the right-hander ready to go. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And who is in the books? He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up Wenbin Jing. And so Jing coming to the plate. He is 0 for 1 in the tournament. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And it looks like we're going to have ourselves possibly a pitching change here, as it looks like this is going to be the end of the line for Lemos. That's the way that everything is operating here. At least the pitching coach is on his way to the mound. They must have him on a pitch count. As we said, he's in the Seattle Mariners organization. And so they probably, there's a pitch count of 85 pitches. And so the Mariners have more than likely given a order of where that's going to be. So it is going to be Heider Tokar is going to be coming into the game as he is going to replace the righty who goes 2 1/3 innings. So Tokar is coming in. We got ourselves a pitching change. We are going to take ourselves a little break here, and we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action as the pitcher is going to get his tune-up tosses. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Afternoon baseball. But we'll be back after this from our entertainment from our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change. As we said, the right-hander in the ball game now, and Tokar delivers a first pitch fastball that misses up and in to Jing. 1 ball and no strikes. Tokar, a 24-year-old. He's a big fella, stands 6'6" and 275 pounds. He delivers a fastball at the knees for a called strike. So a very imposing figure, although I have to say the pitches don't come in as hard as they may look. He's got a really sweet gold belt on here as well as the pitch is on the way. And that is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 2-1. So the belt that he is wearing is a little shinier than everybody else's. It certainly gets the attention. You might need some sunglasses if you're the hitter, a little extra glare. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Drifting over underneath it and making the catch is Masil, and that is going to retire Jing for the first out of the inning, or second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up Pei Liang. Later today, it's going to be Germany-Colombia. So if the score in this game holds out, as we said, Germany, if they beat Colombia today, then what would happen is the Germans, by beating Colombia, would set up a 3-way bracket where they would have to take a look to see who would go through and who would have to play the 2-3 game. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a strike. The count is 0-1 to Liang. On the flip side of the coin, it is going to be the 2-3 game will be Thursday. And it'll be 1-2 of those 3 teams most likely. And the way it's going for China, it probably won't be them. There's a fastball swung on, his grounded softly over to short, backhanded by Ito, but he's not going to be able to make the play. Liang, with his speed, able to get down the line in a big-time hurry, and he is safe on an infield single. I have to say the shortstop did his best to get to the ball, but unable to make the play. He had to go into the 6 hole. He ended up getting around the ball. I don't know if I would have fielded it in that manner if I was him. I think that would have been a backhanded play to have to get. The runner was safe by a full-on step. So Hiss is going to bring Yun Liu to the plate, and the first pitch to Liu is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander again looking at the sign. Tokar ready to go as he works to the set. Here comes the pitch. And we lost sight of that pitch there on this one. We lost our feed for a brief second. Everything all going crazy on us. So as we end up getting our feedback, we find out that it is a strikeout here and a strikeout swinging. And Liu is gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll get ourselves reset. No runs in the inning. There was 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 runner left the board. We are now moving to the bottom half of the 3rd. Your score is 8-1 for Brazil. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. A little bit of life support for us on trying to get things fixed. We'll be right back in just a few.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. That was a little bit of a whimper there as we had lost our feed for just a couple of moments. I'm not sure why that had taken place, but we are back in the saddle now as the Chinese are back out Here to begin the bottom of the third inning, Brazil will send their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate. Scoreline is 8-1 as we are cruising now to the bottom half of the third, as the Brazilians are in a comfortable lead. We can tell you this, that there is going to be a pitching change as Wei Zhao has replaced Zudai So we've been saying his name, I'm not sure properly, but Wei Zhao is going to be in here in relief, as he is going to be taking over another left-hander here. That's 2 of the 3 pitchers have been lefties. So it is going to be Victor Ito coming to the plate. And the first pitch delivered to Ito is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Ito struck out his first time up. He's 1 for 8 in the tournament. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So Ito ready to go, ready to face the pitch again. There's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the third base line. 1-2 to him. We were talking the other day about the Japanese influence on the Brazilian team. Really, today, Ito is the only one that is in the ball game. But they have a number of Japanese players or of Japanese descent that are in the Brazilian lineup. Breaking ball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field past the glove of the second baseman, Rojo, and that is going to be past the glove of the second baseman, that's going to be a single for Ito, as he is aboard here with a leadoff hit to begin the bottom of the third. I said, for us, more than anything, getting these exhibition games, and it'll get the kinks out of our calls as well. Hopefully, we can be a little bit smoother as we move along. Plate umpire has come out and had issued at times, so he's reset the clock, or the pitch count clock, and they throw over to first base. A snap throw there by the pitcher, Zhao. Diving back in time is Ito. So Ito gets his lead off of first, as the lefty holds to the set. And again, they throw over to first base, and again, getting back in time is the runner. So we've got runner establishing his lead at first. We got time called again. Not sure what's going on. Oh, I see what it is. It looks like that the home plate umpire is signaling out to the pitcher that they have to have some eye contact. The hitter who steps in at the plate, he taps in. And he doesn't have the eye contact with the hitter. And then there's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0 to Maciel. And off to second goes Ito on a delayed steal, and he's going to reach there safely. I'm going to see that one again. I don't think they'll call that as a pass ball or a wild pitch. We'll have to get a look at that one there. Actually, they do rule it as a pass ball, so that ball ended up, just off the glove of the catcher. And so Ito is going to get himself over into second base. And that brings up to the plate Gabriel Maciel, and he swings at the first pitch, and he lines it right to the shortstop. And that is going to retire Maciel, as he is going to be gone. It looks like we have a new shortstop, by the way, too, as it looks like that the shortstop, it looks like Zhang has replaced Wu. So I'll have to get that one for you as they come to bat. So Maciel gone on a line out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning. And the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Gabriel Gomes, misses inside for a ball. So 1-0. Got to keep up with all the changes, it looks like here. Lots of changes around. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-1 on Gomes. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty holds to the set, checks the runner at second, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gomes. Also, a defensive replacement behind the plate. It is Ali Ning is behind the plate. So I'll have to see where they come up in the batting order, if they've done a double switch or not. There's a fastball swung on, his loop softly over to the second baseman, and who, ranging to his left, is able to make the grab, and that's going to retire Gomes for the second out of the inning. So a soft line drive caught. Ito has nowhere to go. He still stays at second base. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Osvaldo Carvalho. And so for Carvalho, he is 1 for 2 today. He's singled and scored a run. As the lefty checks the runner at second base, and now Ito gets his lead. As the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball missing down, and the count is 1-0. So interesting that the Chinese had given themselves a bit of a different look here to start. It looks like they're bringing in some of their regular players. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded past the diving first baseman down the right field line. Take ricochets off the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Ito. The throw goes into second. It gets away from the second baseman. And that is going to be a double here for Carvalho. And he thought they may be able to get toward third base because third base was evacuated by the defense. But he is going to stay with a double and an RBI. So he has got himself in scoring position. The 9th run has crossed the board here for the Brazilians as Ito comes in to score. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Leonardo Reginado. I would have to say this, that if the Chinese were mercied off the field 2 times in 3 games, it would have to go down as a disappointment. They lost last night 8-1 to the Colombians. But to lose to Brazil and to lose to Germany in walk-off fashion, you almost have to think they got to go back and look at how they're running their program. There's a breaking ball that misses down and the count is 1-0, or how they're developing their players. Also, too, is where do the players get an opportunity to go into play? As we mentioned, the Chinese Professional League is based in Taiwan. So here's the pitch. Yeah, it's a breaking ball that misses down. You look at the Chinese baseball team and where guys may be playing, and you look at certain players who are playing off. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now is 3 balls and no strikes to Reginado. They do have a Chinese baseball league, the Shanghai Golden Eagles, and that's where Li Ning, the catcher, represents, but not sure exactly how many teams are in the league in China and just how competitive that league is. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and Reginado gets himself a walk. So we've got runners at first and second with 2 gone, and it's going to bring Dante Bichette to the plate. 9-1, Brazil has extended their lead here in the inning. Then, as I say, I understand if you want to get better, you have to play better competition. There's no doubt about it. Well, it looks like they've got themselves a number of teams in the Chinese league. As there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, the count is 1-0. So Beijing Tigers being 1, the Guangdong Leopards 2. A whole bunch of other teams through the league there. I'm not exactly sure where there was 4 original teams, and then there's been a bunch more added on. As that breaking ball misses in, and the count goes to 2-0 on Bichette. 4 original teams were the Tianjin Lions, the Shanghai Eagles, the Guangzhou Lightning, and the Beijing Tigers. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up into shallow center field. Backing up on it is the second baseman, he's under it, and he drops the ball. And that's going to get to the ground. That's going to get a couple of runs in. Holy geez, that would have been the 3rd out of the inning. I know the sun is high and the skies are high, but that is going to cash a run in here for sure as Carvalho has crossed the plate. It's going to be an error on the second baseman. But this is my beef with some of the baseball. Maybe this is why Dante Bichette isn't playing at another level. That was a sky-high pop-up, and he only ends up at first base, not running hard. The runner at first, Reginado, if he was running hard, he'd be at third base. But he's not. He's at second. Or check that. Sorry, my mistake. He is at third base. So that puts runners at the corners, but more importantly about Bichette. Bichette not running hard out of the box and only satisfied to be able to get the first base. And that is going to bring up to the plate Lucas Rojo with runners on the corners. The game defines you as a player, so you pop it up and you don't come running out hard. Nothing is automatic. There was a breaking ball for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Rojo. Rojo has had a single and a double, scored a couple of runs, and he has an RBI. And you just look at it, and he's not running hard around the base. He's just satisfied to get there. That drives you crackers. There's a pitch that is down in the dirt, and the count goes to 1-1. Should have runners in scoring position. Now, if Rojo ends up, for some reason, bounding into a fielder's choice because the ball gets hit, say, to the shortstop deep in the 6 hole, obviously, in a spot like this, that would be taken out of play if the runner was at second base. They would get rid of the force. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Rojo. So 2 balls and 1 strike. 10-1 Brazil has extended their lead. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This is grounded past the diving shortstop into left center field. That's going to get a run in. And they fire it back in as it is runners at first and second, and Bichette stopping at second, playing station-to-station baseball. Again, if he was at second base, he probably would have scored another run. That's taken a run off the board. So 3 runs here so far in the inning for the Brazilians as they've extended their lead to 11-1. Rojo gets his second RBI of the day. And that brings to the plate Gabriel Mascai. And Mascai takes a breaking ball down and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Mascai is 1 for 1 today. He's got a single in 2 trips. He's drawn a walk, and he's driven in 3. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball almost hits him as he is able to wiggle himself out of the way. So 2 balls and no strikes. 24-year-old Mascai, 6'2", 220 pounds. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball swung on. It is looped softly to the shortstop. And that is going to do it here as they make the grab, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Well, there's been damage in the inning, but it is off the benefit of the error by the second baseman this time. 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left the board. Check that, 2 runners left the board. Your score is the Brazilians 11 and the Chinese 1. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The early termination of a game will be decided by 15 runs through 5 or 10 through 7. Home team does not have to complete the inning once the mercy rule is in place. Right now we have a 10-run spread. It is 11-1 for Brazil over China as we are in the top of the fourth inning. And the first pitch on the way here from the right-hander Tokar is a fastball that misses up and in. And the count is 1-0 to Chen. Chen 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up, 1 for 8 in the tournament. As the right-hander rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lots more action to come. As we said later today, it'll be Germany against Colombia. So if you're around, we're not going to be here, but hopefully you guys can check that one out as that fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 1-2 to Chen. Tokar gets a new baseball. He rubs it up. As we said, we are fixed on his belt. It is a shiny, bright gold belt that he is wearing here for the Brazilians. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on and missed. And when you can throw it by hitters like that, I guess you can wear whatever you like. There's one in the books. As Chen has struck out for the second time today, that's going to bring up the right fielder, Zhu Dongzhu. Well, for Zhu, he is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. 0 for 3 in the tournament. As the right-hander ready to deliver here. He rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 here. Another thing is in this particular game is you just try to hope that if you're Brazil, you get out of it injury-free. There's a fastball that swung on and is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it and there to make the grab is Maciel, and that'll retire Zhu. As we said, Lucas Ramirez not in the action tonight. We were speculating that maybe he had tweaked his hamstring a little bit as he was moving gingerly on the base paths yesterday, but I guess we'll have to wait to see, and maybe a couple of days off will help him be in a good spot. So 2 in the books. It brings up Zhang to the plate. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Counts 0-1. Zhang, as we mentioned before, listed as a pitcher for the tournament. He is 0 for 2 in the tournament thus far at the plate. So maybe a duel more than anything. There's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and now the count goes to 0-2 on Zhang. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. Tokar delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. And I think if you're Brazil, you just want to keep pouring on the runs because it can get you, keep pouring them on and get an early break, get a chance to relax, don't have to grind through a game. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. Good stop there by the catcher, Do Carmo. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Zhang. And get everybody rested up for the Thursday night affair, if there is a Thursday night affair, as we mentioned. Now, Brazil lost the ball game, or at least lost their opener 5-0 to Colombia. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, and bracing back on it and making the catch over the shoulder is the left fielder Gomes. That is going to do it. They play very shallow against the Chinese, so any ball that gets hit up in the air and maybe over their heads, they've got to turn and got a good real estate to have to run for it. That would have been the case there. Nice job by the left fielder to bring it in, but they are retired in order, are the Chinese. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the fourth. Your score is Brazil 11, China 1. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this and a little bit of that.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball, where we're going to open some dancing heroine cards during this intermission. Japanese baseball has cheerleaders for their sport. So let's see what we get from the Japanese baseball cheerleaders. Got swallows, and I bet she does. We have the Lions. It's one of my favorite teams. Wow. Now that's all sorts of nice. Ramu. Very cool. we have Neon, and we have Angels of Hiroka, and the one Japanese card no one can read we got from the Giants. So everybody, enjoy the game. Back to you, Freddie, and peace out.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters slated to come to bat here for Brazil in their half of inning number 4. And that would be Do Carmo, Ito, and Maciel. So we'll see how this plays out for them here as they will come to bat. They are looking to be able to add to their lead here. There is a pitching change, as it is going to be Dan Krang Hua, who is now in the ball game. So a new pitcher here for China. So Hua is in, Zhao is out. We'll see how this all plays out. And the first pitch delivered here to Carmo is kind of where we were before. It is outside for a ball 1. Lefty Hua delivers again. There's another fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0. So Dan Caring Hua as the lefty ready to go here. And the pitch on the way, fastball swung on, grounded over to the left side, fielded on the backhand by the third baseman. Oh, that's a nice play. Nice play there by Lude. Go backhand side, get up and fire a bullet across the diamond. It's a ground out 5-3 as DeCarmo is in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Victor Ito. I have to tell you, we've seen some balls butchered here today, but that was definitely not one of them. That was a nice play there by the third baseman. And here's the first pitch delivered to Ito. It's swung on and it's grounded softly through the 4-hole into right field. And Ito's got his second hit of the game, as he's got his base hit here has put him aboard. And now he is 3 for 10 in the tournament for Ito. They're entered 1 for 7, 2 for 3 here today. That's going to bring Gabriel Maciel to the plate. Maciel is 0 for 1 today. He had also a sacrifice fly and drove a run in. The small center fielder waits on the first pitch, and it is a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Hua is a lefty. Maciel is a righty. And the 0-1 is on the way. Pitch is a fastball, and another one swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. So back-to-back rollovers here by the center fielder of the Brazilians. The runner, Ito, was in motion at first base. So here we go. Here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down, just gets away from the catcher a bit. Or Ning Lee, I should say. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 gone here in the 4th inning. Brazil enjoying a healthy 11-1 lead. Here's the pitch. Ground ball swung on. It's hit softly to short. They go to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Ito 6-4 at second base for the second out of the inning. Maciel has got too much speed. He reaches safely at first, and it's going to bring the top of the order up in Gabriel Gomes. So Gomes will stride to the plate, as he has 0 for 2 today in a walk. He has also scored a run. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Gomes for the tournament is 1 for 9. So at the plate, he has got to find a way to get the stick going. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball missing upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. But as we have found here, just put the ball in play, and the Chinese can make themselves a lot of mistakes. As the 2-0 on the way, it is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the shortstop, who backhand flips it almost over the head of Wu. So Yang fielded it. Nice play, and he made an easy play difficult, but he had to be able to get it to the second baseman, and they're able to erase Gomes, or they're able to erase Maciel at second base on a fielder's choice, 6-4 for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for Brazil. There was no runs in the inning. There was one hit. There was no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the top of the fifth, that is Brazil 11, China 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We do have a bit of a spread on our hands, but we're glad you guys can stick around with us to enjoy the call as well. We'll be right back after this. We'll give you a little bit more of our NPB, what you'll see between innings as well. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here for the Chinese in their half of the fifth inning, as they have a couple of the replacements coming to bat here. It'll be Ning Li, and then Jin Yang, and then the top of the order in Tian Hu. So Li coming to bat here as he replaced Shui Wang, who had started the ball game behind the plate. And it is going to be it's going to be a pitching change here for the Brazilians as they've gone to a right-hander. It is going to be João Gabriel Marastica, who has replaced Tokar. And the first 2 pitches he has delivered have missed for balls. So it is 2-0 here. So pitching change as we make note of that. As Marastica is on the mound. Have to get a piece here. There's a fastball that misses inside. And the count now is 3-0 to Ning Li. And the fastball on the way misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. So welcome to the ball game, Morstico, as he has walked Ning Li on 4 straight pitches. Well, the Chinese, I'll say this, they're never going to quit. They're going to continue to battle. So they are in a spot right here where the right-hander, they got to throw strikes. They got to let him put the ball in play. That brings up to the plate Jin Yang. It's his first at bat. Fastball misses down, and it's a ball here. So 5 pitches, all balls, and that's going to bring the catcher out, and it's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound. Got a healthy 11-1 lead. You don't want to start walking the yard here. So we got ourselves a mound visit here. No pitching coach. I thought the coach was coming out as well, but just the catcher going out to have a couple of words with his right-hander. I'll tell you this, he doesn't get sorted out pretty quickly. It'll be a full-on sprint to the mound from the pitching coach. So here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down in the dirt, and the count now goes to 2-0. I can tell you this. Definitely that's not what the catcher had in mind in going out to the mound. Jin Yang, as we said, he is in. He came in defensively at shortstop a couple innings ago for the starter Wu. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 3-0. Probably a hurry-up call to the bullpen will be needed here for the Brazilians if they can't get this done. Here comes the pitch. on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike, and that's the first strike thrown here by the reliever Marostica. So 3 balls and 1 strike. There's a pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That's more like it. 3-2 now to Yang. The last pitch was, depending on how you look at it, they said it was 88 miles an hour. So he's dialing it up a little bit here. Here comes the pitch from the righty. It is a fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul down the left field line. Another one at 88. So he's got a little giddy up on his fastball, does the right-hander. It'll be the top of the order who waits his turn on deck. As Jin Yang ready to go. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the 5th inning as Ning Li advances to second. Jin Yang is now the runner at first. It'll bring the top of the order. And Tian Hu to the plate. And also going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound, as we said. Back-to-back walks here. Got to be able to throw some strikes. So I'm going to get this one flushed out quickly. So they have a full-on conference at the mound to the Brazilians. Only World Baseball Classic appearance for Brazil was in 2013. If I remember correctly, I want to say Barry Larkin was the manager. He has been involved with Brazilian baseball. Former University of Michigan grad, Cincinnati Reds shortstop, and Hall of Famer, Barry Larkin. There is action up in the Brazilian bullpen as the first pitch is on its way here, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike right at the knees for Hu. So no balls and 1 strike. 11-1 as it is here. This is actually in the top of the 5th inning. As it is a fastball swung on, it is lifted softly into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. And the rounding third and heading home is the catcher, Ning Li, and he's going to come across with the second run of the ball game here for the Chinese. So that's going to turn out to be an RBI single off the bat of Hu. He's got himself an RBI. China's got their second run here in the inning. A good piece of hitting as he was able to stay inside the ball and go the other way. He was able to bleed it down. A throw from the center fielder, Maciel, not a very good one. He was throwing it to the plate, and it ended up the first baseline. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-0 on Wenbin Jing. So runners are at first and second here with nobody gone. Threat is not over yet, as China is looking for more runs. Here comes the pitch. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on. Grounded over to second. They go to second for 1. Back to first. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Hu 4-6. He's gone for the first out of the inning. Jing is safe at first on the fielder's choice, and advancing to third is Yang. So runners are going to be at the corners now here with 1 gone. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Pei Liang. Well, for Liang, he is 1 for 1 today. He's got a single and 2 trips. And he walked the other time. And there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Liang. He is 4 for 9 in the tournament. Enjoying himself a good tournament thus far as the fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So the runner at first is Jing, runner at third Yang. 1 gone here in the 5th inning. China has cut the Brazilian lead to 11-2. And now time has been called by the batter as the home plate umpire steps out and indicates as such. Now we're ready to go here again as the right-hander works himself to the set. Pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 3-0 to Liang. have to wonder here if this might be the last batter here for Morstika. As the right-hander delivers again, there's a fastball that swung on it, is lifted into shallow center field, cruising in underneath it and making the catch. Tagging at third is the runner. Here comes the throw, but it's cut off, and the runner retreats back to third. That time, a much better throw by Maciel. So Liang gone now for the second out of the inning. He didn't hit the ball deep enough. So 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yun Liu. Well, for Liu, he's 0 for 2. He has flown to right, and he has struck out his 2 trips to the plate. 1 for 3 entering the game, 1 for 5 now in the tournament. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1 to Liu, count 1-0. 28-year-old batting from the right side, standing at 5'9", 170. Made some nice plays over at third base as well, has Liu. Fastball swung on and missed. They throw back door down to first base, but getting back in time is the runner. Count goes to 1-1 on Liu. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from the right-hander, Morstika, and it's a fastball missing upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. I would bet dollars to donuts this will be the only inning we're going to see from this right-hander, the way that the Brazilians are ferociously getting their bullpen ready. And the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. It now goes to 3-1 on Liu. That's assuming that he gets through this inning. Already at 23 pitches, here is Morstika. Right-hander works himself to the belt. And the 3-1 offering on the way. Fastball swung on, lined into center field. It is sinking, diving. Did he make the catch as the center fielder, Maciel? Yes, he did, as he shows the ball. Oh, that was a great play by the center fielder. He got on his horse, quickly dove, and was able to pick that one right off the tips of the grass. As we get a replay of that one, boy, I might want to have a look at that if he short hopped it or not. I don't know if the Chinese are going to challenge, but that is Liu gone for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here. He's gone for out number 3. Well, the Chinese get a run in the inning. They got 1 run on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the last half of the 5th. Brazil 11, China 2. We'll be back in just a few for all the action. Appreciate you guys for being with us here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat here for Brazil in their half of the 5th inning. It'll be Carvalho, Reginato, and Bichette as they are going to be facing the lefty here as Hua ready to begin his next inning of work as time has been called. And the home plate umpire had to step out as the first base coach was a little late getting around over to first base. So here we go back to the live action as Hua kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Carvalho. So no balls and 1 strike. A lefty matchup here as he kicks and delivers, does Hua, and it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes to Carvalho. And it looks like that he's going to need some time because we're going to check to see if this bat was broken or he's going to need a little bit more pine tar. So here we go. No balls and 2 strikes to Carvalho. As the lefty Hua ready to go again, and he kicks and delivers. Fastball that misses inside. Count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Lefty matchup. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses down. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, now time is called as the home plate umpire has stepped out. He's done that a few times. Not sure why that is. I don't know why he didn't ask for time. He has stepped out, but I'm not sure. Nobody really asked for it other than the plate umpire. So here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and is chopped foul down the first base line. The count remains at 2-2. Sometimes we don't get all the angles. Might have been a ball that got loose onto the field. Could have been maybe a balloon or maybe a beach ball in some cases. Certainly not any streakers at this particular event. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses down. The count goes to 3-2 on Carvalho. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Reginato is the on-deck hitter here, followed by Bichette to begin the inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side, bobbled by the first baseman. Now he fields it and he wins the race to the bag. And that is going to retire Carvalho for the first out of the inning. Goes as a ground out to 3. I have to go back and take a look at that. I wonder if Carvalho tried to slap the ball out of the first baseman's hand as he was running down the line. They didn't show that on the replay. I've seen that in Major League Baseball. I forget which Houston Astro did that a couple of years ago. I want to say it was maybe Myers, or ended up getting a fastball right in the center of the back his next time up. I'd have to go back and look at that on the replay. It looked like he tried to tap it out of the glove of the first baseman there. I might be wrong. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. They didn't show that on the replay, though. So 2 balls and no strikes here as Reginato waits. And it is a breaking ball that just misses outside. Looks like we may have a pinch hitter here for Reginato. It looks like that there is another player in the lineup. Or is it the same one? It looks like it is Mizukowski. So Mizukowski in the ball game here. That 3-0 pitch is taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 3-1. So our first look at Felipe Mizukowski in the lineup. Pitch on the way. That's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now runs full. Have to keep our eye on the other changes potentially. There's the pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it is lifted foul down the right field line, and the count remains full. Dante Bichette waits his turn on deck. As the lefty kicks and fires, fastball misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. And Mizukowski is aboard with a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Dante Bichette to the plate. Or scheduled to bring him to the plate. Not a bad idea given Reginato with the rest of the day off. So Bichette striding to the plate with a runner at first and one gone. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses outside for a ball. So Bichette effectively today is 0 for 2. He's reached base twice on errors. And he's also drawn a walk. He scored a pair of runs. Lefty holds to the set. And now fires, and Hua delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Brazil up 11-2, looking to regain that 10-run advantage. As the 2-0 is on the way, fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Bichette. Waiting his turn on deck is Rojo. So ready to go again here as Dante Bichette digs himself in. And the mound visit there as the catcher had gone out to talk. And now Bichette not ready yet. He steps out. So we got batter timeouts. We got mound visits. Got everything all over the place. Now Bichette gets himself set back in. As the lefty comes to the set, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike. The count goes to 3-1. So the runner at first is Mizikowski. One gone here in the inning, and here comes the 3-1 pitch to Bichette. As the lefty delivers a fastball that misses down and in, and the count, it's going to be ball 4. That's going to walk Bichette. So back-to-back walks here with one out. Got runners at first and second. That's going to bring Lucas Rojo to the plate. Rojo has had himself a very good day today. He is 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles, a double, and he's driven in a pair of runs. He's also scored a couple of. So he has been very productive here in the batting order. So the 5'6" second baseman waiting on the first pitch. And it is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field. Moving back and then now moving under it and making the catch is the left fielder Jing, and that is going to retire Rojo for the second out of the inning. So 2 in the books, and that's going to bring up Gabriel Mascai to the plate. And so Mascai coming to bat. He is officially 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also drawn a walk. He's driven in a couple of runs, and he's scored a run. As the left-hander kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The 24-year-old Mascai batting from the left side here. Waiting on the offering from the lefty as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball missing upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty-lefty matchup as he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball missing upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Mascai. If you've just joined us, it is an 11-2 lead for Brazil in the bottom of the 5th inning. Most of the damage came in inning number 1 when they stuck 6 runs on the board. Fastball comes up and in and almost hits Mascai, backs him off the plate. Count goes to 3-1. They added 2 in the second, 3 in the third. They were quiet with nothing in the fourth, but they are looking to get some runs here as they got 2 on and 2 out. The 3-1 pitch ready to come. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mascai. Runners are going to be on the move when the pitcher goes to the dish. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. It is going to be lifted into deep left field. But now moving toward the foul line. Ooh, and making the catch is the left fielder Jing. And that is going to do it here. But they threaten, but they don't score, does Brazil. They had no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was 2 left aboard. Your score as we move to the top of the Top of the sixth inning, 11-2 Brazil over China. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on your Tuesday afternoon, wherever you may be in North America, and if maybe in the evening if you are overseas. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys again. We'll be back after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. That's our friend Matt Hollis. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We'll give you another one of our NPB trailers in between innings, and we'll be back after a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be China coming to bat here. It'll be their 5, 6, and 7 hitters to face Brazil in their half of inning number 6. As we resume the action here, it is a 11-2 lead here for the Brazilians over Chinese. It looks like we have ourselves a new pitcher on the mound for Brazil. Looks like it's going to be a right-hander here, and of course, the last pitcher here, it's going to be Marcelo Young, who is in the ball game. So Marcelo Young here, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 1-0. So Young on here in relief, fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even at 1-1 to Jay Chen. It's Chen, Zhu, and Zhang slated to come to bat here. Although it looks like that it is going to be a pinch hitter here. It is Yu Yang Lin here for Chen. So Lin in the ball game replacing Chen. And the pitch is swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. At least I've got a ball and 2 strikes up here. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on and chopped foul over on the first base side. And I've got the count still at 1-2. So Lin waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Young, who rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball, waved out and missed, and Lin is in the books for the first out of the inning. So much like his predecessor Chen, who struck out twice, Lin has the same result. And that is going to bring up Zhudong Zhu to the plate. And Zhu here ready as he swings at the first pitch and fouls that one away. And the count is quickly 1-1. This pitcher Young here on the mound, he is throwing, he's in the low 90s here. So he's bringing some heat. Last pitch at 90 miles an hour. As he kicks and fires, there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-2. So he's got some heat on the fastball, and he can drop in a knee-buckling pitch. He's got the Chinese confused. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike at the knees. And Zhu goes down looking for the second out of the inning. He's in the books for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Mingxian Zhang. Well, for Zhang, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, and he has flown out to left in his 2 trips to the plate. And the first pitch is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Zhang batting from the right side, as we said, listed as a pitcher, but getting an opportunity to play first base, takes a breaking ball down, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Righty Young rocking into the windup and delivering. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-1. Brazil with a 11-2 lead here as China bats in the top of the 6th. Pitch on the way. Fastball missing upstairs. Count goes to 3-1. China at 0-2 could be out of the tournament with the loss here today. And it'll probably be one of either Brazil or Germany or Colombia in that 2-3 game, depending on the outcome of tonight's affair. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is full to Zhang. Right now, the Colombians hold the cards. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains full to Zhang. So here we go again as Young rocks himself into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman, Mizakowski, and he throws to first, and that is going to retire Zhang on a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th. Your score is Brazil 11 and China 2. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for being here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. The 6th is just around the corner. We'll give you some of our friend Steve Rademacher for your enjoyment. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Coming up to bat, it'll be Gabriel Do Carmo, Victor Ito, and Gabriel Maciel, as they will be facing the Chinese here in the bottom half of inning number 6. As we are just checking in on some of the other comings and goings, we appreciate those who have come in today to listen. I didn't really expect a whole lot today with Brazil playing China in terms of audience, but we are glad for the people who have made their way here to join us and to listen in where you can. The first pitch here is delivered. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to DeCarmo. Carmo today at the plate. He is officially 1 for 3. He's got a single, a couple RBIs. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitcher here, Hua, seems to have settled the ship a little bit here for the Chinese, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We got it at 1-2. The official scoreboard has it at 1-2, but the other stuff has it a little differently. So let's see if they're going to set them down here. As the lefty ready to deliver again. And here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to be strike 3. And that is going to be DeCarmo going down on strikes. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. So we were right The online scoring is incorrect. So that is going to retire DeCarmo, and that's going to bring up Victor Ito to the plate. Ito has a couple of hits in 3 trips. As the breaking ball is taken for a called strike, the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Lefty delivers again. There's a breaking ball swung on it. Has popped up into shallow right field. Camping out underneath it, and there to make the catch is the right fielder, Zhu. And that is going to do it. Ito is going to be gone for out number 2, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Gabriel Maciel. So Maciel's coming to the plate. It looks like we got a substitution as Nan Du is heading out into left field to replace Wenbin Jing here in the middle of the inning. Interesting time to make your substitution with 2 out. Why wouldn't you have done it? I don't know if they were maybe just trying to get him a little bit of action here, or possibility of that in case the game gets mercied out. But the left fielder swap is here in the middle of the game. So Maciel stepping to the plate with 2 gone here. He is officially 0 for 2 today. He's got a sacrifice fly and a run driven in. And there's a fastball swung on, and he lines that softly into right center field. It's down for a base hit. And Maciel is aboard here with a single. And that is going to bring up the top of the order in Gabriel Gomes. So Brazil, we're getting into the area of the game where they've got to get another run, put that spread on the Chinese. If you're the Chinese, you never want to get mercied. You always want to fight until if you can, not to get mercied off the field at any time. So here we go. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that just misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Gomes. You just got to keep battling and keep fighting. As the lefty holds to the set, now delivers. Breaking ball misses down and in. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Gomes batting from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Hua. And there's a pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Osvaldo Carvalho waits his turn on deck. So Brazil would like to probably get a couple of runs here in the inning if they could. Here's the 3-0 pitch. On the way, fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 3-1. Then China would have to do their part and score a run in their half of the 7th, or else it'll be all over. So here's the 3-1 pitch. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, lined over the head of the shortstop. It's going to get down for a base hit into left field. And rounding second and heading all the way into third is Maciel, as he is able to go first to third. Got to challenge that arm of the left fielder. Puts runners on the corners with 2 gone, and it's going to bring Osvaldo Carvalho to the plate. And so for Carvalho today, he has a couple of hits and 4 trips. He is 2 for 4, a single, a double, an RBI. Not bad for somebody who hasn't played in the tournament. It's a good piece of base running, but also a good piece of coaching there by the third base coach. Wheel that runner over, challenge the arm of the new left fielder. They have a conference on the mound, and the pitching coach for China is now heading back to the dugout. Claire Nuez says he's still here. That's great. Well, we appreciate you for still hanging in with us. So Carvalho ready to go as he waits here on the offering from the lefty. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that is swung on and missed. He tried to put 3 runs on the board with that one swing. 0-1 here. Lefty-lefty matchup, as we said. Working to the set. Here comes the pitch. On the way, fastball misses upstairs, and the count goes even at 1-1. Mizikowski waits his turn on deck. Lefty again gets the side from his catcher. He works himself to the belt. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. On its way, fastball misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-1. So a good hitter's count here for Carvalho. Looking for something to hunt here to put another run on the board for Brazil. Here comes the offering from the lefty. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and popped foul. It's going to drift over into the seats behind the third base dugout, and the count goes to 2-2 on Carvalho. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. You need to get that other run across the board, and then it sets up a potential for a mercy rule if China can't score in the 7th inning. So here comes the pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. It's going to be 3-2. On deck is the batter Mizukowski, who came in for Reginato a couple innings ago. And the 3-2 here on the way as Hua kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. It's got a bit of a battle going on here between Carvalho and Hua. So we'll do it all over again as the lefty leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, Ning Lee, and the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. That's going to load the bases. So he gets himself a walk, does Carvalho. Advancing to second is Gomes. Maciel is the runner at third. And so everything has started with 2 out here for the Brazilians. After Del Carmo had struck out and Ito had flown out. Now we got issues here as the Brazilians are looking to add to their tally here in this one. 11-2 the scoreline as the lefty holds to the set. Here comes the pitch. On its way. Breaking ball misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Well, when Mizukowski came into the ball game, or Mizukowski came into the game, he walked his first time up and he was stranded. And that was back in the 5th inning. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the hat of the Chinese pitcher falls to the ground. The count now goes to 2-0. And now the catcher, Ning Lee, comes out to the mound to have a word. Yeah, you could tell just the body language of the Chinese right now. The catcher has got no bounce. He walks out to the mound and he walks back to the plate. You can see that they are on the defeated side mentally in a lot of ways. So here comes the pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and down goes the hat again. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Mizukowski. So here we go. Lefty working into the set. Here comes the pitch. 2-1 on the way. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses upstairs, and down goes the hat again. So I don't know what's going on. This reminds me a couple of years ago in the Japanese league of Tatsuya Mai, when he had this big, huge flow of hair, and every time he threw a pitch, his hat would fall off. Had to adjust it. Eventually, you had to think he had to get a haircut so that he could fit his hat properly. Here's the 3-1. Fastball swung on, popped up into shallow center field, coming over underneath it, and there to make the catch is Pei Liang, and that's going to do it. Well, Brazil threatened, but they don't score. They leave the bases loaded here in the 6th inning. No runs on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 3 left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 7th inning. Your score is Brazil 11, China 2. We'll be back in just a few. After this, we appreciate you guys for being here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Here's our friend Steve coming live to you from his refrigerator.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, She belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby. Well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey. Hey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We're moving to the top of the 7th inning. It is an 11-2 game here for Brazil, as they need one more run now at this point to invoke the mercy rule, as it is they had their opportunity in the last half inning, although China still would have to come to bat in the top half. So that is where we stand here, as it is a 11-2 affair, and the going to be sending to the plate for the Chinese. It'll be Ning Li, Jin Yang, and the top of the order in Ti Yon Hu. So we'll see what they can produce here, if anything. This has been the part of the order where they have scored some runs, both Wang and Li. Wang when he was in the position of the catcher, and of course Li as well, were able to do some damage. They had scored the runs in this spot. First pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. The right-hander Young is still in the ball game, as Ning Li waits here. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Li has enjoyed himself a decent tournament for the Chinese. Did not get the start in today's game, though, as the pitch is missing outside. The count goes to 2-1. And the pitch on the way to Lee is fastball swung on and chop foul over on the first base side. Count goes to 2-2. And the tournament, Lee is 2 for 2. He's got no homers and an RBI. He drew the walk today. As he waits here, and the pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball that is swung on and tapped foul, and the count remains at 2-2. Wonder why it didn't get the official reason why Shui Wang left the ball game. He hit that triple into the right field corner. Maybe it was rounding the bases that did it to him. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to second, fielded neatly by Rojo, and he throws to first. And that is going to retire Lee on a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Jin Yang. And for Yang, the 26-year-old, he entered the game defensively back in the 4th inning. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses for a ball that counts 1-0. He drew a walk his first time up. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into left field. It's going to get through for a base hit. So Yang is going to be aboard for the second time here today on the single to left field. Then I'll bring up the top of the order in Ti Yon Hu. So Hu will come to bat, and he is officially 1 for 2 today. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's got an RBI and a walk. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Hu will be a tough man to double up, as he can get down the line pretty good. So here comes the pitch. Another fastball, but this one catches the outside corner. Count goes to 1-1. I thought the first pitch looked better than that one. The plate umpire was convinced the second was better, though. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander holds set, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side. The only play is going to be to first, as Roja was moving to his left. So Rojo makes the play. It's a ground out 4-3. Advancing over to second is Yang. There's now 2 in the books here. That's going to leave it all up to Wenbin Xiang. Zhang 0 for 2 and a sacrifice in this one here. As the right-hander works himself to the set position. Fastball misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to Zheng. Actually, check that. It's Nandu who came into the ballgame. So Nandu had been the defensive replacement with 2 out in that last half inning. And the pitch is a fastball swung on it, is grounded softly, just foul down the first base line, and the count goes to 1-1 on Du. This is the first appearance in the Classic for Du, and that's probably what the Chinese wanted to do, is be able to get him in for an inning and then maybe to get him an at-bat or two here. You know, at this point, 11-2, the chances of a comeback are slim. Breaking ball misses outside. It's now 2-1 to Du. So 2 balls and a strike. Right-hander kicks and delivers again. Fastball swung on, lifted into left field. Moving over toward the foul line and making a catch on the run is Gomes, and that is going to do it here for the Chinese in their half of the 7th inning. Well, they had no runs. They had 1 hit, no errors, and there was a runner left aboard. This is the chance for Brazil to end the ballgame. All they need is 1 run here. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Our 7th inning stretch is upon us. Stick around here. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Dante Bichette, Lucas Rojo, and Gabriel Mascai to come to bat here as Brazil will look to try to end this ball game. They need 1 run to do it, as it is 10 runs after 7 innings. They don't have to complete the inning if they are able to score a run here and basically be like a walk-off. And then Brazil would punch their ticket to a 2-3 game, or possibly even to win the group. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and missed. It is Guangzhou Sun now in the ball game, new pitcher for the Chinese. So Guangzhou Sun on in relief. There's a fastball swung on, is chopped softly over to short, fielded on the run there by the shortstop Yang, who throws to first, and Bichette gone on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. He's gone for out number 1. Have to say, a little bit painful to watch Bichette hit a little bit, but more so to run. He's not had a good tournament. He is 1 for 11. He has reached base 4 times, but he did twice on walks and twice on errors. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count is 0-1 to Rojo. Rojo, 3 for 4 today. He's got 2 singles, a double. He's driven in a pair and scored a pair. As the right-hander works to the set position, here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. The count now is 0-2 to Rojo. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander as he works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. On its way, fastball swung on. It is sliced down the right field line, giving chase as it is going to go into foul territory, and sliding, trying to make the catch was the right fielder. That would have been Zhu, but he was unable to come up with it. So it's going to keep the count at 0-2. Zhu, good job racing over to the line. It ended up slicing into foul territory. Great effort. He slid as the wall was coming up, but unable to make the play. Here comes the pitch here. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field, coming hard, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. It's going to be a single. Gracie Lynn says that Colombia would have the tiebreaker. They would all have, if Germany won tonight, then they have to go to a tiebreaker between the three teams. Brazil only has the one run over the Germans. The Germans, probably to get through, if they were to punch their ticket through, would have to absolutely smoke the Colombians tonight. I would have to say probably by 6 or 7 runs. And if they did that, then Germany would be able to punch their ticket through. If Germany got shut out, but only got shut out, say 1-0, that might be the other way around. So fastball swung on, and that's grounded foul down the first base line. Count is 0-1 to Mascai. So Brazil could punch their ticket straight through, but they have to. It has to be a German victory by like 1 or 2-0, and that would change the turn of events. Everybody'd have a loss against somebody else in that pool or in that group of 3. They'd all be 2-1. Fastball misses down. Count is 1-1 to Mascai. It's not an automatic if Germany wins tonight. Germany would be 2-1. As the fastball misses outside, then Brazil would be 2-1. And so would Colombia be 2-1. And then they have to go to the tiebreaker system. So just because Germany wins tonight doesn't mean a whole lot. As the right-hander delivers, it's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-2. And that's where the tiebreakers come in. If it was a 4-3 ball game, and then you start getting into some more issues on how you're going to have to break the ties. And there is a fastball swung on, it is grounded, and it takes a wicked hop over the second baseman into right center field. And rounding second, heading to third is the runner, and that is going to be Araujo, who slides in safely into third. Mascai is going to reach second. I think Rojo probably could have scored there, but we're going to have to get a look at the ruling. I'm not sure that that would be ruled an error. I got to think that's got to be a base hit. And it is. That ball was scorched. One hop, and it almost took the head off of the second baseman. They're going to rule that as a double, as the official score would give it. Puts runners at second and third with one gone, and it's going to bring Gabriel DeCarmo to the plate. And DeCarmo strides to the dish here with runners at second and third. You got to wonder, maybe if you're the Chinese, why not put them on to set up a force at any base? It would give you the double play possibility in the middle, and they've got to come in to score the run. Outfield is shallow. Infield is in on the grass. They've got to be able to try to cut the run off at the plate here. The first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to DeCarmo. Gracie Lynch says she wishes all 3 could make it. More competitive than, say, Israel, who automatically qualified. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Don't know why they prop up Israel. Israel had a professional league. You go back to 2007, they had a pro league for a bit. Or maybe a semi-pro league. I don't know if everybody was paid. I know a couple of players that played in the league. There's a fastball that are swung on and fouled away. Count is 1-2 to DeCarmo. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the tie-breaking rules, and that's the interesting part, they determine how they advance, at least in this tournament. Obviously, the first one is the head-to-head. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and DeCarmo goes down on strikes. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And that's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Victor Ito. So Ito is 2 for 4 today. He is 3 for 11 in the tournament. As the pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Ito. There was a pretty good piece on Reddit on how the tiebreakers would work. In the other series, there's a breaking ball missing outside. It is 1-1 to Ito with the Spain, Nicaragua, and Taiwan victories. But it's runs allowed divided by defensive outs. That's the initial tiebreak. As the pitch comes in, it is a fastball swung on. It is hit through the 4-hole into right field, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a walk-off single here for Ito. He drives in the run. In to score is Rojo, and that is going to end this one here on the mercy rule. Your final score is going to be Brazil 12 and China 2. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left aboard here in the shortened bottom of the 7th. Hang around, everybody. We'll come back and wrap it up for you and chat with our chat before we call it a day. And then we have to get everything else going. So your final score is Brazil 12, China 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It was Brazil 12 and China 2. We'll give you the recap and the rundown right now. It was all Brazil early and often. In the bottom of the first inning, they sent 10 batters to the plate, scoring 6 times on 4 hits as they jumped out to an early 6-0 lead. To China's credit, they got 1 back in the second inning, a 2-out triple off the bat of Shui Wang, and he was able to score on a balk that cut the lead to 6-1. But the Brazilians kept pouring it on. In the second inning, they added another pair with 2 out. They were able to, Dante Bichette reached on an error, a double by Lucas Rojo, and then a single by Gabriel Mascai plated 2 runs. That increased the scoreline to 8-1. They added another 3 more in the third inning, as it was a Victor Ito single, and with 1 out, or actually with 2 out, Osvaldo Carvalho doubled home Ito, and then it was Leonardo Reginado. He walked, and an error by the second baseman off the bat of Dante Bichette allowed another run to score, and then Lucas Rojo drove home another run, which was the third of the inning, which gave the Brazilians an 11-1 lead. Well, China got 1 back in the 5th inning, a leadoff walk to Ning Li, and then a walk to Jin Yang. Put runners at first and second, then up stepped Yuan Hu, who singled home Ning Li to cut the score to 11-2. And then it went all the way to the bottom of the 7th inning with 1 out. Lucas Rojo singled, Gabriel Mascai doubled, and then after a Gabriel DeComo strikeout, up stepped Victor Ito with 2 out. He delivered a single that ended up walking off the game. And your final score is Brazil 12 and China 2. I want to appreciate you guys listening in. It was a 12-2 ball game. Our friend Gracie Lynn, we appreciate you for popping in here today as well. Our friend Alex Xander Leggett was in the house. Not to mention, we also had our other friend, Killen Wes, also popped in. And everybody else who stopped in and was listening just in the background, we thank you guys for being here as well. Are going to do a couple of exhibition games in the NPB coming up over the next little bit. Keep your eyes peeled on that schedule. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the 2-3 game on Thursday night, but we will be peeking in. I do anticipate it is going to be Brazil and Germany, but we'll have to wait and see when that happens on Thursday evening. We hope you guys have a great night, and we will catch up with you again in the very near future. Keep an eye on our channel, Exhibition NPB Baseball, throughout the month, and it all gets going on March 28th. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.